Hello, it's Adonis Turner of Rebirth Fitness, and here is weekly summary up to 4 weeks out. On Monday, I had a squat workout where I was working on my first lift singles at 480 pounds, and then a back off set at 405 pounds for 5 sets of 2. Here's single number 2. This is probably my fastest of all of them. And I was just working on, with the fact I do 10 singles, I'm just working on consistency and form for all of them, so that way I can build confidence going into my meet that I can do this no matter what the conditions are. Even if I do have not the best bounce out of the bottom, I can still hit the lift. Here's single number 5, and working away from the mirror has been harder for me, or harder than looking at the mirror, but I am getting it pretty easily now. I just needed more practice looking away from the mirror, working on my setup, because that's how the meet's going to be. Here's single number 6. And I'm getting a big breath, getting deep, and keeping good form and staying upright. And I'm really confident in having my single be about this at the meet. It really depends on how second lift singles at 505 goes. And here's the last one. I get deep in the hole, and this was a grinder. Number 9 was slower, but I didn't show that one, but at number 10, and I finished that pretty convincingly. Here's the second set at the back off set at 405. 405, this time last year I couldn't even do this for 1, so I'm actually pretty happy I'm doing this for reps now, pretty easily. Did 5 sets of 2, and then the last set was as many reps as possible. I didn't want to do too much as far as accessory work, because I'm working on peaking for the meet and not doing leg extensions or a lot of sets until failure as far as 20 set workouts or even 25 set workouts. So I'm just working on getting better underneath the barbell and doing mini reps. And I'm going to hit 5 here, which is a PR, but I know I can. If this was fresh, I can hit 4 or 5 for much more than 5, but this was after first lift singles, and I'm pretty confident heading to my meet that I can pull off between 540 and 550 still, and that's 505. Or 5 reps, and I didn't want to push myself and hit 6 and end up failing. 4 days later, I had to skip my speed day because I was pretty busy. I'll have to make it up next week, but 4 days later on Friday, I hit bench workout, and that was also first lift singles at 300 pounds, which again, this time last year I couldn't even do this weight for 1 as far as pause reps, and that pause was a little fast, but the sets after this I work on improving them. Here's set, I believe it's 6, and that's much better, and the speed's good. I'm not sure why, but I don't feel recover week to week as far as bench days. So I only have 1 more bench day before the meet, and I'm gonna wait 2 weeks to do second lift singles as opposed to doing it next week, so I can get more recovery in. And that was number 10, I believe. So I'm doing, from here on out, even after the meet, I'll do heavy bench days every 2 weeks and probably alternate it with overhead press days. But next bench day, I'll do an active deload. And you can see here, this is my wife. She came to work out, and she's working with 75 pounds now. I don't know how many she gets here, but I know she gets a lot, so you can count on your own if you want. But in 2 weeks, I'll do second lift singles at 315. My goal for the meet is to hit 330 or 335. It just really depends on how 315 at second lift singles feels like. If I feel like I can get more than 10 singles, then I know I can probably hit 335 or even 340. It just really depends on how I feel at the meet and also the last workout before the meet. And my wife's form is always much better than mine. What I was happy with her about mostly for this workout is that she keeps her form tight, and sometimes when it gets too hard for her, her legs come up and then her head comes up and she completely collapses, but she kept her form, her structural integrity, which allowed her to finish the lift pretty convincingly. And for me, the last thing I had to do was as many reps as possible at 235 pounds. And this is something I'm probably going to do for my squat day, my last squat day before the meet, but I get 7 here. Doing reps is pretty hard for me because I always work in the rep range of 1 to 4, 1 to 3, or sometimes it's just 1 for the whole workout. It just really depends, but that was a grinder, and I didn't want to try 8 because I remember last week I couldn't get it off my chest when I tried 9 at 225, but that was a PR. My next week, lots of speed days and deadlift day and bench days, and thanks for watching.